we are in a government of national unity, but most importantly, the African National Congress, throughout its the previous administration, it has ensured that it gives cabinet positions to members of opposition parties. It is crucial to acknowledge that our seventh administration represents a significant shift in our political landscape. As we navigate the complexities of the government of national unity, at a national level, our party, the African National Congress, stands with a commanding 58.64% majority in the province, positioning us at the forefront of addressing the socio-economic challenges confronting the people of the province. This substantial mandate given by the voters comes with an equal significant responsibility of recommitting ourselves to responsive and robust programs that will change the provincial development, political, social, and economic landscape for the betterment of our people's lives, as well as improvement of the quality of their lives. Honorable Speaker, let me emphasize that our democracy vitality hinges on active engagement and participation. We must craft initiatives that resonate with the aspiration of our young generation, ensure they are not mere spectators but active contributors to our collective future, giving resonance to let's do more together. This is a sole duty to ensure that our democratic institutions remain robust and unyielding. Honorable Speaker, most importantly, this budget policy statement takes place during the birth month of the founding father of this hard-earned democracy, the late President Rolihlahla Nelson Mandela. As we celebrate, we are once more again reminded of his profound legacy, his unwavering commitment to social justice and freedom that has paved the way for democratic South Africa that we must and cherish today. This month, we are once again making a call to all that are within themselves every day to be active, to dedicate 67 minutes to the act of unity and service, embodying the spirit of Ubuntu under the theme, "It is still in our hands to combat poverty and inequality." Guided by the legacy of our late stalwarts, this government is mindful that as much as the implementation process of some of our policies and programs may seem daunting, and as though sometimes we are less successful the first time around, we need to remain resilient and focus on our effort to bring change. This administration will continue to preserve, consistently explore better ways to attain success and ensure that we conquer all adversities in our pursuit of providing better lives for our people, inspired by Tata's words when he said, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." The country and the province have noted significant changes over the past 30 years, especially in the public finance discipline, through the introduction of the Public Finance Management Act and the Municipal Finance Management Act. We derive our mandate as the Provincial Treasury. Both of these acts have significantly influenced the governance and stability framework from which we are able to report on the financial performance of departments and public entities and municipalities alike. As custodians of these pieces of legislation, our responsibility is to ensure that we bring efficiencies within government processes, that public representatives and accounting officers not only report but account for their output and outcomes as outlined within their respective strategic plans and annual performance plans. I would like to acknowledge the crucial role played by the leadership of the 6th administration, led by Premier Mape and Acting Premier Maloi, in addressing the needs of our people through the accelerated service delivery, Tunza Lerule Beke Lebeke. This program brought all entirety of government and its entities in the province to work together in responding to the needs of our people. It actually amplified the district development model. In terms of our achievement as a department in the 2023-2024, the department budget that is being tabled today takes cognizance of the challenges we face and lay out plans to tackle them. The budget aims to invest in critical areas that cut across all the departmental programs to enable us to play our crucial role in fostering and thriving a province where businesses can flourish. During this previous financial year, the Provincial Treasury has managed to deliver on its mandate and has successfully reached key milestones. The department, through its supporting and monitoring role to department, public entities and municipalities, has recorded a number of notable achievements. The department continued to support municipalities to adopt funded budget. As a result, the municipalities that adopted funded budget increased from 3 to 7. Furthermore, corporate calendar were institutionalized for council and committee meetings were adopted and aligned to the Municipal Financial Management Act and Municipal Structural Act reporting cycle. Through the collective effort of the Provincial Treasury and Cooperative Governance, Human Settlement and Traditional Affairs, the Provincial Executive Council approved the 7 mandatory and 3 voluntary municipal financial recovery plans. Following the approval of the financial recovery plans, measures have been put in place to monitor the implementation of 3 of these plans. In addition, the department has provided support to the 10 municipalities participating in the debt relief program. Resultantly, 3 municipalities, namely Ramotsiri, Muila, Makwasi Hills and Madibeng local municipality, were able to honor their respective current ESCOM accounts and stand to benefit from the incentive program of the debt relief program. Honorable Speaker, the Provincial Treasury assisted Department of Education and Health to comply with the requirements of performance-based initiative grant system. Introduced by National Treasury, both departments qualified for the 2023-2024 incentives, with health receiving 72.9 million and education receiving 89 million. In a quest to provide infrastructure performance, Provincial Treasury conducted infrastructure reviews and site visits in collaboration with the National Treasury and Provincial Department throughout the 4 districts. A total of 40 site visits were conducted in the previous year, and the reports with recommendations have been shared with the Department for implementation of corrective measures. The Provincial Treasury managed to align procurement plans received from departments with project information captured on Table B5, Departmental Infrastructure Project List, and Infrastructure Reporting Model. There are improvements noted from this process, which will ensure that alignment and credibility of information planned against the one reported. Provincial Treasury intensified its outreach programs, which in the 2023-2024 financial year saw 925 new suppliers from the province registered on the Central Supplier Database System. 11,650 Central Database related maintenance and support activities 146 sessions have been delivered in supply chain management related training and workshops. The objectives of this session was to ensure that suppliers are empowered to position themselves adequately to compete in public procurement. Progress has been realized in the professionalization of the supply chain management unit. Discipline in the province. This has resulted in several heads of supply chain sections being affiliated with various professional bodies. 6 practitioners have passed their examination that make them qualified to registration as members of the Chartered Institute of Procurement and Supply. 100 supply chain officials have also been trained through the Transport Education Training Authority. SCM leadership. The training included bid committee members amongst others. Honorable Speaker, Provincial Treasury in conjunction with the National Treasury conducted a learnership training program to upskill 60 unemployed young people in accounting skills, earmarked for the public sector by placing them across departments and public entities. The training program involved classroom attendance under the Accounting Technician Public Sector Training Program offered by South African Institute of Chartered Accountants of South Africa. The program is pegged at level NQF level 4 and involves on-the-job training for incumbents within the CFO's sections. The program took a period of 18 months and was funded by FACITA. 52 participants managed to complete the program and were mentored in various chief financial officers units across all departments. All of them have successfully completed the program, of which 8 managed to get employment after attending the program. The Provincial Treasury, in collaboration again with the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, as well as the Office of the Premier, conducted visitations to all traditional authorities in the province as part of the D-account handover project. This important initiative culminated in the handing over of 96 packages of financial report of the D account spanning over 29 years to all traditional leaders in the province. This has been a sore for this in the past 30 years of democracy, where the provincial government, it was alleged that they are somehow refusing with this D account. But it's something that must be celebrated, that we have delivered all the accounts to all traditional authorities, and we are committed to continue supporting them to make sure that we take this matter to its logical conclusion. The Provincial Treasury, in consultation with public entities, went further through a process to establish audit and risk management committees. This was done to respond to concern raised by the Auditor General in the previous year to create structures that would strengthen governance at these different organizations. The Provincial International Audit Function successfully performed 303 internal audit assignments. This included the audits of risk management, supply chain management, the pre-award audit of bids above 10 million, financial statements, reporting on predetermined objectives, and the implementation of audit action plans. Based on the internal audit work performed, recommendations were made to the departments for the enhancement and improvement of the effectiveness of risk management, governance, and internal control processes. Honorable Speaker, when considering the submissions of annual financial statements for audit for the 2023-2024 financial year, Provincial Treasury deployed officials to all departments and public entities to ensure they submitted their annual financial statements to the Auditor General on the 31st May 2024, as it has been prescribed in the PFMA requirements. All departments and entities except for the National Transport Investment Group successfully were submitted. And we must say we are working closely with Honorable Morwengi Gauteng MEC of COSATMA to ensure that we stabilize that institution and we restore it to the people of the province. The department continued to provide internship and learnership in the quest to address youth unemployment and contribute to the skills base of the country and in particular the province. As at the end of the financial year under review, the following programs, in addition to what has been stated above: 99 graduates and TVET interns placed at different programs within the departments. 47 graduates TVET interns placed at various sections across the municipalities, and 17 internal audit learnership have also been activated. Key focus of the coming financial year in terms of what we have tabled in our annual performance plan. The persistent late payment of suppliers is concerning, since it does not only lead to cash flow problems for emerging suppliers, but also results in reputational damage to the province. This non-compliance can potentially lead to costly litigations, including fruitless and wasteful expenditure, as suppliers transfer the non-payment cost to the state in the form of interest. Provincial Treasury will continue to impress upon heads of department to adhere to the 30-day payment regulation. We will take it further to report monthly to the provincial executive on the performance of each department, so that we too, as executive authorities, we are able to hold accounting officers accountable, and that it should be included in all annual performance plan as an indicator, and including in public entities, but most importantly, it must form part of the performance agreement of all responsible officials in departments. In addition, the Provincial Supply Chain Management Unit will implement the following measures going forward: analysis of commonly procured commodities, in order to consider facilitating transversal contracts to minimize procurement risk, provide some impetus in the sourcing and service delivery rate, and where possible, leverage economies of scale. The continuous updating of the national provincial government supply chain management policy framework issued in 2019. This framework will be updated to ensure that it conforms with new changes in the supply chain environment. In our pursuit of a robust and technologically smart and sound financial system across the province, we will ensure that we introduce modern technology platforms in keeping with the fourth industrial revolution and Internet of Things to drive e-procurement solution. Training of supply chain management practitioners to provide non-compliance, which largely result in instances of irregularity. Continued capacitation and training on transversal contracting and focused institutional support of specific departments and entities to improve compliance and audit outcomes. We will continue, as it has started, with the process of interpreting and amplifying legislation, regulation, including reviewing the instruction notes and technical write-ups and advices. This will be escalated further into more formal supply chain workshops and institutions, department-focused contact sessions, amongst others, and continuation with outreach programs to capacitate suppliers, including assisting emerging supply SMMEs with the necessary capacitation workshop, including CSD registration and support. We will also launch an online platform that seeks to encourage all businesses in all industries operating in the province to register. This will enable us to take informed policy decisions and intervention. Honorable Speaker, Provincial Treasury will intensify its efforts in supporting and capacitating departments and public entities to obtain more clean audits to 3 different departments that we have reported previously and public entities. This target for clean audit will progressively be increased over the medium term. Monitoring of post-audit action plan will be central to eliminating audit findings that were not adequately addressed in the previous year. The review of interim financial statements as well as providing feedback to heads of departments, chief financial officers will be done meticulously to improve on the quality of the annual financial statements that are submitted to the Auditor General. The department will deliver on the commitment made to traditional authorities to provide them with accounting support inclusive of the provision of their financial records and on an annual basis, continuous support to NTI Group with preparation of annual financial statements to facilitate submission to the AG, as well as clearing the backlog we will be given. Provincial Treasury will implement a provincial-wide asset management system for departments and public entities in the province. This system will ensure that all assets of public entities and departments are monitored under one system that will encompass all categories of assets under the custody of different entities. We believe through this system, it can assist public entities to eliminate audit findings raised by the Auditor General over the years in terms of its asset register and management. Honorable Speaker, the strengthening of the Chief Financial Officers Forum will be done in a more practical and interactive way to ensure matters affecting departments and entities are escalated to HODs and CEOs, as well as audit and risk committees to fast-track resolving of issues timeously. The annual audit plans will be implemented for each department as proposed by a provincial internal audit, supported by the accounting officer of each department and approved by the Provincial Audit Committee. Each plan is based on a risk assessment tailored for the specific department. Additional emphasis will be placed on the evaluation of assurance provided by management and departmental internal assurance functions such as risk management, internal control, monitoring and evaluation for each department, as well as assurance provided by coordinating departments such as the Office of the Premier and Provincial Treasury. The Provincial Internal Audit Unit will also consider how assurance from these multiple sources can be coordinated and further leveraged to contribute adequately and effectively to clean administration and service delivery to the citizens of the province. This process will be inclusive of the external assurance on financial statements, performance information, and compliance with laws and regulation. Majority of our public entities in the province are under financial distress. The Provincial Treasury will conduct a financial viability assessment of these entities and develop specific initiatives to improve their financial health, working with the relevant department. Across departments and public entities, there is an upward trend in relation to expenditure where compensation of employees is a concern. Provincial Treasury will continue to monitor and put measures to cap the increasing cost of personnel without impacting negatively on service delivery programs. Honorable Speaker, the capping the under expenditure of infrastructure conditional grants, the department will continue to conduct expenditure review engagements with all departments on a regular basis to assess the timeous planning and implementation of infrastructure projects. And we hope that also the Office of the Premier will resuscitate the Provincial Infrastructure Forum to make sure that we are aggressive and robust in terms of monitoring and that we are deliberate that we must get some of this infrastructure project completed speedily. In addition, available alternative must be explored by public works and roads in attracting and retaining the requisite built environment professionals to the province and maximize the utilization of human resource capacity allocation. It is expected that the Department of Health and Education will work closely with public works and roads in the exploration of this process. The Provincial Treasury will embark on a project to improve the credibility of data on the infrastructure reporting model, to match actual data from various project sites, starting with small infrastructure budget departments and later roll it out to big departments. Site visits will also be increased to ensure alignment between what is reported versus actual delivery on site. This process will include auditing of the IRM. Nationally, the economy has not been performing well, whilst at the same time there has been an upward trend in expenditure. This has necessitated government to approach the markets to borrow to finance the shortfall between revenue and expenditure. Honorable Speaker, this move resulted in government being faced with large debt service costs, which continue to erode its ability to finance service delivery obligation. To mitigate against the funding shortfall, government took a position of fiscal consolidation to stabilize its financial position. The fiscal consolidation initiative has led to reductions in equitable share allocation across all provinces. It is in this vein that provinces have had to come up with innovative ways to fund service delivery initiative, as the Northwest Province has taken a stance to roll out the following initiative through the Provincial Treasury led by the Office of the Premier to increase the revenue collection to fund key priorities of this administration and addressing the backlog of previous administration. The key three fundamental that we are going to introduce is the establishment of the Northwest Development Fund, which will galvanize the support of the private sector to match what government is putting on the table and also put into this fund so that we can address the challenges that our country and society are facing, especially in the deep rural areas of the province. This we will canvass through the EXCO processes amongst our colleagues. We will explore programs and project development through an aggressive donor funding model. And already some of departments are running certain projects through donor funding. It is for us to consolidate this effort and make sure that we strengthen and work in unison and make sure that we are aggressive in mobilizing this donor funding to meet our government priorities as stipulated in the National Development Plan and the 7 administration priorities. We have also communicated with all departments to provide credible revenue enhancement strategies to be developed and implemented by provincial departments, public entities and municipalities in line with their respective mandate. Because we can ask, and all of us can ask for more money, but when there are budget cuts, there will not be more money unless we take necessary steps and we are deliberate in our action that where there's an opportunity for revenue in all our areas of our mandate, we do so. And we will be here to support all departments to increase our revenue as a province. The Provincial Treasury will embark on an intensification and massification of the skills development program targeted at unemployed individuals with matric and those with post-matric qualification. This will be done through an engagement process with the relevant sectoral education and training authorities to ensure proper accreditation for the intended trainees. The aim of the program is for the province to be able to increase the number of skilled personnel to be placed in municipalities across the province, and not only in municipalities, even in public entities, but most importantly in traditional authorities, because they too need to be supported and they need the necessary accounting and financial management skills to manage their financial affairs. The province will be commencing engagement with all stakeholders for the development and introduction of a standardized financial system that will be utilized by all municipalities in the province. The system is intended to be a transversal system that will be used for reporting by all municipalities. This will enable Provincial Treasury to monitor performance of municipalities on financial management issues with a view of enhancing continuous improvement in that environment. This will empower the province to be able to enhance its oversight responsibility within municipalities. It has also become clear that for all the challenges we face as a country, for all the disagreements amongst us as South Africans, ours is a true democracy with so much to offer to the world. Freedom is not granted. It carries with it a value which each generation must weigh up and, if necessary, defend. This fight will not be comfortable with nice, clear answers. It asks of us that at the very least to engage in awkward conversation when generalities, niceties, and many others would be so much easier.
MEC,
Our nation.
MEC, as you move, you know you have 10 minutes remaining.
Honorable Speaker, the President Cyril Ramaphosa, during the opening of Parliament, highlighted 3 key focus areas, which I would not outline. All of us, I think we were tuned in. We wish to table our budget as follows. The administration on 158,540,000 rands. On sustainable resource management, it's 136,569,000 rands. On assets and liability management, 62,292,000 rands. And the financial governance is 196,402,000 rand. Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, I wish to express my gratitude to my political home, the African National Congress, which has deployed me to this important portfolio. The Premier, Honorable Kagiso Lazarus Mokgotsi, who have confidently bestowed this responsibility on me. I can only commit that I will not disappoint this glorious movement of the people and will, with your support, ours is to serve and put our peoples first. I wish to extend my gratitude to the Portfolio Committee led by Chairperson Honorable Tlhapi. We have noted your valuable inputs and we're looking forward to working with you in making the lives of our people better. I would also like to thank the team of Treasury led by the SG Ndate Kunene for making me and taking me through the operations, achievements and challenges of the department and committing themselves to bringing solutions and from lessons learned, and I'm looking forward to receiving their unwavering support. To my Chief Whip, my predecessor, Honorable Khosho, thank you for handing over a stable department steering this ship. The team has attested that you have been a true and a visionary captain. I can only build on the solid foundation you have laid. To my family, which include comrades and friends, thank you for your support and belief in the African National Congress. Most of you had sleepless nights praying, many waking up early in the morning, especially volunteers, to deliver victory to the ANC. To civil society, all sectors which include the traditional and religious leaders, women, youth, the LGBTQI+ community, persons living with disability, the arts, culture, heritage, farmers, biodiversity sector, sports organization, amongst others. We thank you for opening your doors, taking our call, telling it like it is, and most importantly for your support. We can only do better and more collectively with you by our side. Let's do more together. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Musenuki. Thank you so much. I now call the Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Premier Finance, Honorable Tlhapi, to lead the debate on the following: Committee Report on Provincial Treasury, Annual Performance Plan 24-25. Honorable Tlhapi.
Thank you very much,
You
Madam
have,
Speaker.
Honorable Tlhapi, you have 8 minutes.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and let me also greet honorable members. Let me also take this opportunity to welcome the policy statement by MEC Mosenogi, hoping that we will indeed, MEC, work together to make sure that our people have service delivery. Madam Speaker, honorable members, baagi ba Bokone Bophirima, the Portfolio Committee deliberated on several matters, and Honorable MEC and SG and the team, the committee on their deliberations sought clarity on the AG's findings that are recurring and there is no improvement, and are there any measures in place to address those matters? There is also intervention by the Provincial Treasury at Mamusa, Makwasi Hills, Matlosana local municipality. The committee raised a concern about what led to the intervention, particularly in Matlosana, where there is still irregular expenditure that occurs at the municipality. Madam Speaker, the committee also raised a concern that Tswayin, Ditsobotla, Madibeng, and Khetle local municipality and Dr. RSM are deteriorating and operations and service delivery. What are the causes of this? The committee also inquired if there is an improvement in the 30-day payments to the service providers. If not, what is the department doing in holding the departments who do not adhere to this? The committee also appreciates the work that department is doing in giving support to municipalities. And this one, MEC, the committee is very happy in addressing that matter for making sure that you help in the municipalities, including the PRs that have been deployed to the municipalities. The committee also comments the Thank you, Madam.
Already, Chairperson, I'm
Thank
not
you.
sure.
I give word was Madam Speaker, the committee inquired if there's an improvement in the 30 days. This one I've spoken about. The committee commends the department for providing economic empowerment that caters for women, youth, and people with disability. The committee also raised a concern on interventions of public entities that do not submit AFS to the AG, particularly the NTI. The committee inquired about the support of the Provincial Treasury to the entity so that the National Treasury regulations are complied. There are concerns about the delays in the filling funded vacant posts within the departments. The committee also sought clarity on the turnaround time for departments to fulfill these funded posts, and is there a plan in place to address this matter? The committee also inquired if it is possible for Provincial Treasury to appoint a forensic auditor services to probe supply chain management matters at municipality. A concern also was raised about the waste facilities in the province that are malfunctioning due to the lack of funds. The committee wanted to know if it is possible for the Provincial Treasury to revise the budget for the waste management. The committee also sought clarity on the outcome and the output indicators of the quarterly financial assessment in relation to the provincial spending. The committee, Madam Speaker, also raised a concern on the non-spending of the conditional and infrastructure grants by the departments. We want to know if there is a plan. The committee also raised a concern that municipalities are spending on consultant to compile AFS, yet no municipality submit a good AFS. Adinale mosola di consultant or le plan ya gore le ka di resolve because they are spending a lot of money on consultant, but ga gona sepe se leng gore sa diragala. The committee wanted also to know if the Provincial Treasury and Department of Coxta have signed an MOU in making sure that they support and then they make oversight to the municipalities in the whole province. Madam Speaker, the Portfolio Committee has agreed on the recommendations, and the recommendations are as follows. The Provincial Treasury must submit a list of identified municipalities who requires assistance The recommendations of the portfolio committee are as follows, Madam Speaker.
I'm sorry, Chairperson, for the inconvenience. I'm not sure, but the secretary is taking care of.
Madam Speaker.
You can continue, Chair. Sorry for the interruption.
The recommendations of the Portfolio Committee are as follows, Madam Speaker. The Provincial Treasury must submit a list of identified municipalities who requires assistance with the implementing a financial recovery plan, inclusive of the provincial executive representatives deployed to a municipality, and it must be submitted within 7 days. The Provincial Treasury must put measures in place to monitor departments' non-spending on conditional and infrastructure grants. Madam Speaker, the Portfolio Committee recommends that the House approves the recommendations by the Portfolio Committee. And thank you very much, Honorable Premier, all MECs, honorable members. Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. You saved us some few minutes. We will now call Honorable Mate from the ANC. Can I request all the members that are debating to ensure that they are closer to the podium? I will pardon you because it's your maiden speech today. Honorable Mate? Honorable Member, you have 9 minutes to present your debate. Thanks.
Thank you, Speaker. Motlotlegi Musa Khotla, Motlotlegi Tonakgolo Ramokgosi, Batlotlegi ba Komiti Khuduthamaga, Batlotlegi ba ntlo e, balalediwa borra le bomma. Letsatsi le ga le tshwane le matsatsi a mangwe. Letsatsi le dingwaga di le 36 tse di fetileng kana ka latlhegelwa ke rre. Ka jalo re tlisa fa pegelo ye ya go motlotla. Mokgatlho wa gaetsho o phatsimang o e leng ona o mogolo mo Africa, African National Congress. African National Congress e leng gore ga go opo ka kgonang go ema mo pele ga yone. Le ga ka leka ga kitla khona le ditekanyetso ka botse re di tlisantse ga go mashetlo ka kgonang go ema mo pele ga tsone. Ona mokgatlho mo ngwageng mo o rile wa re ngwaga o ke ngwaga wa tiragatso e kopaneng go sireletsa tokologo ya rona le go ntshetsa pele botshelo jo bo botoka go botlhe go se ope yo tlogelwang ko morago. Ke motlotlo gore ke be ke romilwe ke ANC le batho ba province go ema fa re ema nokeng tekanyetso kabo e tlhagisitsweng ke Mokhuduthamaga. Tautone ya naga ya rona Motlotlegi Cyril Ramaphosa o ikuetse mo bathong ba Afrika Borwa go dira mmogo. O ikuetse mo go bona go tsenya matsogo mo go ageng Afrika. Mo bekeng e fetileng ga re monopola ko ntlong ko kopanong e neng e kopa e tlhakanetswe ke matlo a mabedi a parlamente o rile a re re na le maitlamo a go boelanya setšhaba sa rona ka go tsweletsa bosiamisi jwa loago le katlego e lekaneng go botlhe re ikemiseditse go tokafatsa matshelo a naga ya rona le batho ba yone ka kgolo e akaretsang go tlhola ditiro le go fokotsa lehuma se se re ama rotlhe Musa Khotla mo go tseneng mo dipuisanong tsa gompieno re tshwaya gore mokgatlho wa Afrika Borwa mokgatlho wa African National Congress mo ditlhophong tsa maloba o supuditse baemanokeng ba ona mme gape wa ipoeletsa mo ditlhophong ka tlaleletso tsa dikarolo tse pedi tsa ko matlosane mme wa se tlogele ba ko madibeng ko Ward 25 le bone wa ba suputsa se se ra gore batho ba Afrika Borwa ba tsweletse go tshepa lenaneo la African National Congress madi a re tlileng go a nea lefapha gompieno a tlile go tabogisa ka lebelo le le tsitsibanyang ditiragatso tsa go fitlhisa ditirelo ko baaging mme dilo tse di neng di diragala maloba tsa gore kgelelo le se le gongwe le gongwe e tlile go nna selo sa maloba lefapha le tsa karolo e tona mo go netefatseng gore ditlhabololo tse di kopaneng tsa dikgaolo di a diragala re itumella gore re na le ditlamorago tse di edileng tse di kgathisang tsa bo masepala go na le bo masepala ba ba somele bobedi ba ba tswileng go tswa mo dipoelong tse ne di sa amogelesege mme ba bararo ba le robongwe ba tswile foo go tlhatlogela go somele bobedi ba ba na le dipoelo tse leng gore di amogelesega mme go tswa ko lefela re na le ba le somele bobedi ba le bararo jaanong ba leng gore dipegelo tsa bone di amogelesega go sena pelaelo epe ebile bo masepala ba rona ba fokotsegile ba leng gore ba tlaka ditekanyetso kabo tse di senang lodi re lebogala lefapha gore le be le dirile seo mme re itumella lenaneo la go tsereganya mabapi le matlole ko bo masepaleng ba ditsobotla Tswaing Ramotshiri Moilwana le di Madibeng Kgetleng Rusigomotsi Mompati Mamusa Matlosana le Makwasi Hills mme re ikuela gore go nne le mokgwa wa go bona ga dilo di sa tsamae sentle go sentsane go na le nako re ikuela go lefapha gore le leke go leba go tlisa bokgoni ko bo masepaleng ba rona ka gore se se tla re thusa bo masepala ba rona ba tsamaisiwe sentle batho ba nagae batho ba province ba tsa lefapha le tsie mme ga ba phoso ga ba na le go solofela go le gontsi mo go lone ka gore lefapha le dirile tiro e ntsi ba ntse ba tsamaya mo beke le beke ba tlhola seemo sa dibuka tsa bo masepala ka jalo baagi ba province motlotlegi Mokhuduthamaga ba re fitlhise molaetsa wa gore go batho ba ba ipeileng gore bone ga ba kitla ba tsamaisa dilo go aka molao go batho ba ba iphileng di-unity tsa supply chain ko bo masepaleng ba rona ra re ka tekanyetso kabo ye tsiboga re go thiba bogodu bo ra re ka tekanyetso kabo ye emang le go netefatsa gore tiro eo
as you wrap up you have 2 minutes
le go ne ke a leboga motlotlegi Musa Khotla ra re ka tekanyetso kabo ye mokgwa o wa batho ba go ikhumisa ka madi a tsentseng a fitlhelele setšhaba o tshwanetse go rofela ka jalo mo moemong ba ANC re ema nokeng tekanyetso kabo ye mme ra kopa gore ntlo e lone e eme nokeng ke a leboga
Thank you, Honorable Mate. Honorable members, we were supposed to adopt the report by the chairperson before Honorable Mate ascend the stage. Can I request the House that do we adopt the report by the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Provincial Treasury and Premier, Honorable Tapi? Do the House agree to the report? Thank you very much, honorable members. I will now call on the podium Honorable Bogatsu from the EFF. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to the commissars and fighters of the official opposition party in the Northwest, which is the EFF. Greetings to Mahosi Aruna, and greetings to the people of Northwest. Honorable Speaker, Provincial Treasury is recognized as the most crucial department in the fulfillment of the core mandate of the provincial government. This is deduced from its role to enable all departments to carry out their duties through the allocation of resources. However, the appointment of Honorable Mosenukhi as MEC of Finance shows the clear inability of the new Premier to appreciate the weight of this department. Since her induction into the executive in 2019, Honorable Mosenukhi served as MEC of both the Department of Economic Development, Environment, Conservation and Tourism, and Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation. Needless to say, she failed dismally in both roles and hid behind the COVID-19 pandemic as a result for her failures. Even with that, the various sectors and communities over which she governed are still bearing the brunt of the damage she caused. Honorable Speaker, the APP presented by the Provincial Treasury could very well have been a one-page, because all it says is that the department has done absolutely nothing for its financial year, but spent more money on programs that failed in the previous financial years, and tried to hide money through sub-programs such as the corporate services and financial management, where an increase of approximately 21 million in the budget was allocated over the past 2 financial years, but annual targets were decreased by more than half. This level of thuggery was expected from the former MEC, who was not only a cheerleader to those whose names are being called by prison cells, but also neglected her duties as MEC to become an elections volunteer earlier this year. Unfortunately, this came at a price that the people of Northwest always seem to pay. Honorable Speaker, for the past 3 financial years, we have been told about the implementation of mandatory financial recovery plans in municipalities that have been declared to be in financial crisis since 2021. Every financial year, we are told about representatives being sent to oversee the implementation of the FRPS that are supposedly meant to stabilize the financial chaos of these municipalities. This year, they were increased from 7 to 15. However, during this time, the municipal manager of Khetleng Refir municipality increased his salary package last year and added his own benefits outside the prescripts of the legislation, and nothing has been done. Recommendations were made that he be removed, but instead, he is still being protected. Ditswawatla is struggling to retain municipal managers since the by-elections of December 2022, while Matlosane has become a factory of fraud examples amongst municipalities in the province, and yet nothing is being done by the department and its many rescue programs, which provides the words of which proves the words of Prof. Andre of Northwest University to be truthful when he said, and I quote, those interventions are unsuccessful in municipalities because the problem is related to skills, capacities, and ethics. Close quote. This problem clearly starts on a provincial level. Honorable Speaker, the NTI is not submitting its annual financial statement, and this has been a tendency for a very long time. And nothing has been done. We request that the MEC to give attention to this issue. Speaker, this department is a complete mess, and the APP presented communicates this. The list of problems faced by the department and the remedial actions proposed indicate that there is no leadership in this department, and we will probably only be going downhill from here. As a result, there is no way in which the progressive EFF would possibly support this budget. The EFF rejects the budget. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Bokhatsu. I will now call on the podium Honorable Walhorn. Honorable members, I know it's for the first time, but I'll request with all of you that when you know you are on the speaking note, try and move closer so that you don't take a lot of time coming to the podium. I will pardon the maiden speech of all honorable members. Honorable Walhorn, you have 8 minutes.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Speaker. All protocols are observed, Honourable Premier, Speaker, Chair, members and administration. This is my maiden speech in this.
Performance report in the portfolio committee.
A previous municipal manager had, via Salgai and other forums like National Treasury, asked why contract management was done externally and not moving back to internal, much like the countries such as the UK, Germany, and even China. He did, however, not have the political support needed to get his answer. I would also like the answer to that question. The province needs forensic auditors, together with a specialized SAPS unit such as the Hawks, to monitor all, and I stress all, local government in Northwest. You would say now that this is what Section 139 interventions are for, but I would like to put a challenge forward to show us one municipality in Northwest that has changed for the better due to these interventions. Financial teams from Provincial Treasury.
re go dumeletse mogaetsi o ko ka tswang o itumelela jalo fa wa kgaso e o le gone re go dumeletsa go tswa mo diteišeneng tse di farologaneng
provincial and local government experience.
Goes to different departments to spend for the purposes of one, providing service delivery, two, to develop and invest in bringing in transformation and services to the people of Northwest. But all of the departments are operating from budget cuts in the current financial year. And if we give budget cuts to these particular departments that are being given budget cuts and simply doing anything for the current financial year, we should certainly be 100% for sure that all members of parliament standing here in the podium and endorse this particular budget of the Department of Provincial Treasury, they are simply endorsing peoples who are occupying offices in the department to continue enjoying everything in their air-conditioned offices, and obviously the petrol cards they are enjoying to roam around and doing nothing. Because this is the department that should oversee the expenditure and the appropriate use of all the finances they are distributing to various departments. They are there to ensure internal control mechanisms in various departments to ensure that finances of the state are taken care of, spent wisely and distributed wherever it is distributed to achieve intended objectives that have got impact to the people of Northwest. That does not happen. The performance report in the portfolio committee, Honorable Speaker, indicates that there is paralysis in different municipalities and entities, including different departments, insofar as making sure that the money given to them is used appropriately, and the Department of Treasury does not have anything reported that they do to ensure that they whip every people on the line, that they do not have even a plan on how they are going to whip every people on the line. They are talking about debt relief programs. They are talking about 3 municipalities mandatory. They are talking about 7 recovery plans. There are lots of municipalities there, Honorable Speaker, that are getting finances from the state that have corrupted and stole and embezzled and engaged in all sorts of fruitless and irregular expenditure, leading to the collapse of many municipalities. There is nothing at all, no plan from the Treasury on how they are going to strengthen the different finance unit of the departments with either their skills or developmental capacity.
Honorable Tsolo, your time is up.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. MK is not accepting this particular budget, especially.
Thank you, Honorable Tsula. Thank you. We'll now call, thank you, members. Thank you. We'll now call Honorable Groenewald. Honorable member, let's not forget that our members, this is their maiden speech. Please, let's allow them. We'll get them in the next one when they are used. Honorable Groenewald, your 3 minutes.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. The Northwest Department, Provincial Treasury has a crucial responsibility to govern the Northwest financial resources efficiently to the ultimate benefit of all people and communities of Northwest. In its mandate, it states that the department is the custodian of public resources and has the responsibility of managing such resources in accordance with prescribed legislation. Its vision states the department will be ultimate financial management authority and advisor in fiscal matters to the provincial and local administrations. It goes further to state in its mission that the department is to provide leadership in the management of public resource for efficient, effective economic service delivery through well-coordinated support to the provincial government, entities and municipalities. In short, to manage, provide leadership and advise all levels of government in efficient management of our scarce financial resources to the benefit of our people. However, despite laudable statements, provincial departments and municipalities are still plagued by poor service delivery, instability and regular instances of corruption. In June last year, for example, it was announced that the department have been made great progress to address these issues and to ensure efficient and accountable fiscal management of specific municipalities. These include Naledi, Tshwaying, Maribeng, Ramasfer, Moloi, Ditsobotla and Klageng River. It was announced the deployment of provincial executive representatives and the municipal financial recovery teams to intervene in these municipalities to ensure the implementation of rescue plans and the development of financial recovery plans. None of these municipalities are today better off, and the affected communities still suffer from poor service delivery. Ditsobotla, case in point. The municipality and its council clearly had no appreciation or regard for Treasury advice and efforts to save them from themselves. It also undertook that the Treasury would provide technical financial management support to provincial departments, but we still receive qualified audits. We as members of this House and representatives of the Northwest community should seriously consider the real underlying reason for these continuous failures, with the aim to properly empower the Treasury through effective, the necessary legislative and policy changes. The Freedom Front Plus has stated numerous times that no measure of intervention, especially at municipalities, have any chance of success if it's not accompanied by firm action, legal or otherwise, to enforce compliance to legislation, to enforce accountability, and to implement efficient consequent management measures. In all fairness to the Provincial Treasury, it cannot be expected to succeed if its role is only that of professional advisor, instead of enforcer, to ensure the professional and accountable fiscal management and public resources in Northwest. The Freedom Front will Thank you, Chair. Let me close. The Freedom Front Plus will continue to pursue effective oversight to ensure the better financial management of public finances. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Groenewald. Honorable members, I will now request Honorable Mangope to unmute and present his 3 minutes speech. Honorable Mangope, show your face. Show your face. Secretary, are we able to hear him? The House cannot hear. Secretary, I can see your face, I can hear you, but the House cannot hear you. Okay, all right.
Yeah, this is what I've been struggling about the whole morning, Speaker. I even sent you a chat to say, and I even spoke to the technical team to say there is a problem in hearing what is being presented, unfortunately. I don't know whether you were able to access my messages, my chat messages, Speaker. And in all honesty, I don't think there's any
Honorable Mangope, I think we have a problem. Members cannot hear anything. Unfortunately, the members have to hear because the MEC must come back and respond to the issues you have raised. So unfortunately, I can hear you, Honorable Mangope. Honorable Mangope, I can hear you. Unfortunately, the House cannot hear you. And unfortunately, you will have to come to the House or you forfeit your minutes of debating. That's an unfortunate situation because I can't be the only one who hear you. The House must also hear, unfortunately. Okay, I understand. Honorable, yes, Honorable Mangope, that will be dealt with. But for now, unfortunately, you can't continue because the House cannot hear you. Unfortunately, the Secretary will get into it. Maybe in the next debate, they would have dealt with the problem. But for now, the House can't hear anything. It's only me who can hear you, unfortunately. We apologize for that. Apology, honorable members. Unfortunately, Honorable Mangope cannot continue with his debate. We will now call Honorable Sibigo from the ANC. Honorable Sibigo, you have 10 minutes.
Oh, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, honorable members of the legislature, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Speaker, just as African National Congress, our role was to actually inform the public about what we have achieved to date and what is that we still want to improve on. We seem to be getting more tempted to concentrate on these misplaced arguments that have been made here, which shows lack of knowledge. And even to the extent that a person who's not an academic would want to argue with a postgraduate for that reason, and confusing the level of qualifications and the requisite skills that applies in terms of this field. However, it's a matter that we'll deal with at an appropriate time towards the end of our discussion. For now, let's first start with what we are here for. Honorable Speaker, we have triumphed in an effort to implant hope in the breast of the millions of our people. We enter into a covenant that we shall build a society in which all South Africans, both blacks and white, will be able to walk tall without fear and in their hearts, assured of their inalienable right to human dignity. A rainbow nation at peace with itself and the world. These are the quotations from Nelson Mandela, which will keep on reminding us why we are here. While the process of resource allocation through budget is elaborate, interactive and culmination of several stages with the ultimate aim of determining how best allocated limited resources to unlimited objectives, the ANC applauds Provincial Treasury for maintaining a clean audit for the past 10 years. Consequently, Honorable Bohatu, clean audit with no matters of emphasis. That's the technical language in finance. It is only that yardstick that you can use to confirm performance of a department, not just by way of coming here and want to impress the ignorant. Honorable Speaker, this achievement is worth celebrating as it distinguishes public servants employed in the department for their commitment to serve the democratic government and on our people with dedication, integrity, and the highest level of professionalism that has always continuously been displayed from National Treasury. I think that was a good point that was raised. Why is it that National Treasury keeps on receiving a clean audit whilst other departments? That's at least an academic engagement that we may want to engage on, because it is with appreciation. You would have to appreciate the fact that there are 3 tiers of government, and you can't have one government interfering directly to the other. And the fact that municipalities are controlled by virtue of municipal resolutions, if such resolutions are compromising their own nature, there's a little bit that the department can do beyond that. And then the one thing again that we want to raise is that we feel concur with visionary president who, like our global icon Nelson Mandela, maintains that we are weavers and cooperation nation, and that in our province, the ANC is determined to take decisive action through provincial government and municipalities work by deepening transformation and accelerating service delivery for the benefit of our people. That remains the commitment of the ANC. As we reclaim the vision to create a united and non-racial, non-sexist and democratic and prosperous nation, founded on the principle of redress of past injustices, reconciliation and nation-building social cohesion, the ANC commits itself to the unalienable values that were championed by Madiba himself. We believe that to achieve better financial outcome, improved integrated planning, budgeting, and monitoring towards alignment of appropriation and expenditure through ongoing monitoring. This will go a long way in supporting provincial departments and entities to promote improved legislative compliance in line with financial regulations and improve audit outcome. The efforts of the Provincial Treasury in providing oversight and support to promote compliance with supply chain management prescript is thus welcome, as it will contribute towards promoting competitive bidding and equal opportunities for service providers, as well as keeping flawed supply chain management processes. We commend departments' audit outcome that have improved from 2019 to date, whereby the department received 8 unqualified, 4 qualified and 1 disclaimer to 10 unqualified, which shows progression in terms of audit language and not regression. Honorable Bohatu. The excellence of Provincial Treasury must therefore be appreciated and be seen as a mirror for which department can look at. We thus commend the department for sharing best practice with other departments. The momentum of Operation Clean Audit, targeting 5 departments, including Northwest Provincial Legislature, is beginning to bear marginal decrease in irregular expenditure due to targeted interventions that have taken place. Consequence management is the only tool that must be used to reduce irregular expenditure. Enforcement of compliance will also lead to new culture as well as entrenched good governance. We have also seen an improvement in government performance overall, especially in the area of payment of invoices, whereby there's supplies that have to be paid within 30 days. This one is non-negotiable. We will therefore continue to monitor department closely on their compliance on a 30 days account. Most emerging businesses are facing bankruptcy due to extortionists masquerading as public servants within supply chain management that are unashamedly frustrating ANC government empowerment effort to address the triple challenges of poverty, unemployment, inequality, which becomes a concern to all of us. There must be a zero tolerance to incompetence, which must be adopted across public service. Extortionists that demand to be incentivized to process invoices must be unmasked and be held accountable. No efforts must be spared to continuously uproot corruption within government department. We are encouraged by the audit outcome for public entities that have improved from 2019 to date, from 3 unqualified, 5 qualified, and 7 disclaimers to 7 unqualified and 8 qualified. It shows that the province in this regard will continue to attract investment when departments and public entities show performance and redouble their efforts to obtain clean audit. Honorable Bohatu, to be specific, Honorable MEC Musenukhi has got a master's degree in business administration, majoring in finance, which is exactly the requisite that applies in terms of competency profile required in that department. Whilst you are still to be even an undergraduate yourself, it is important that we must continue to make reference, because you see, we must not abuse this public space and thinking that our people are to that extent ignorant. So we're just doing a comparative analysis. There are some spaces that we must avoid to play into because we get exposed in the process. And having said that, you know, when you came here, Honorable Bohatu, you just said Honorable Musenukhi failed dismally, even before you could articulate key areas of performance. I don't know what type of performance measurement you are using here, unless it's a street language that we normally use in EFF. But we thought we are in an academic environment here because the people who are actually employed to deliver are professionals, qualified, registered for that matter. In finance, these are registered accountants with various associations. So the political head is the overall responsible person, and she must be measured on the basis of the output made by the
minutes to
officials.
go,
per se.
Honourable
So as I want towards a conclusion, I thought I want to spend more time on some of these things. You spoke about lack of provincial stability. I don't know what is the measuring tool that we are using, when in actual fact we have never heard over, let's say, the past 10 years that the Northwest Provincial Government was ever threatened by banks that it cannot manage its finances. There's always been financial stability. The audit outcomes have shown improvement at all times from one year to the other. And the projects that are being executed are bankable projects, which means even when you go to the bank may be more than willing to give you loan based on the fact that this project have got security. So I thought I must just relate to those some of the issues that has been raised here. The issue of Dijobotla, it is a well-known fact that Dijobotla is not led by the African National Congress. It's a collective municipality of a group of people. But every time there's an issue there, a reference is made to the African National Congress, forgetting so quick that people are sitting in the nights, exchanging positions amongst themselves. Honorable Wallon, we really appreciate the input you've made, acknowledgement of the performance that the African National Congress-led government has made to date in terms of systems that they've put in place. And we also want to assure you that it's a well-known fact that you've got a system, internal systems, internal control, AG, amongst others, as well as the law enforcement. All these institutions are ANC-created institutions as a means to maximize compliance. And we really want to appreciate that you did not turn your eye away from the reality that the ANC is really trying its best under the circumstance. So you're speaking to the 3 Minutes Party. The other 3 Minutes Party MK, which speaks from the mandate directly from Nkandla for that matter. I don't know if you really have a caucus room here. You get your mandate direct, you dare not, you know you'll be gone the next day. That's why even when you speak, you want to make sure that Baba, we are Gujan. So we will be listening to you with interest going forward. Overall, we are more than impressed with the direction the African National Congress is taking. Would continue to appreciate inputs that are made from the floor, not those 6 Minutes parties forever. Now they have got the new alliance, progressive forces, as if they are in a political conference trying to win a vote as such, instead of concentrating on what is important to the needs of our people. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, honorable members. I'll be calling, honorable members, as I'll be calling the MEC, I'll request the chief whip and the whips of parties to ensure that their members are in the house. Honorable MEC, you have 6 minutes.
Honorable Speaker, ba no felisiwa ko ba bona question paper mara bone ba ba dilo tse dikwa. Question paper speaks about the budget vote of Provincial Treasury. The person comes here and talk about Kenetso Mosenuri and not the programs that are supposed to be delivered by the Provincial Treasury. And I thought by now that my honorable colleague would have at least matured, because we would understand in the past she was not exposed to this platform, but it seems that development it's taking its own time. It's at a snail pace. But we will hold hands with you, Honorable Bukhatsu. It's a journey that will travel with you. We are committed to, after all, we are women, we must empower each other. So that tomorrow we stick to the script. We must debate the budget vote, and we are alive to the challenges of our people. We are also not blind to the achievements that we have made as the African National Congress and this government that is led by the African National Congress of the Northwest Province. We are not blind, and we are committed to addressing the challenges that we are faced. And we have a collective responsibility, irrespective of the political lines we stand on, because this is our constituency and they've decided to make this provincial legislature in this format. Thank you very much, the chairperson of the portfolio committee. As agreed, we will submit the provincial representatives to the committee with their qualification and their designated municipalities. We wish to emphasize the financial recovery. It's a plan that must be implemented by the municipality, not the provincial representative. They are there to ensure and be the eyes of the provincial executive that the municipality is implementing the directives in line with the agreed financial recovery plan. And where we see a lag, we will intervene and escalate the interventions. And again, in terms of the issue of Honorable Tsolo, you know, when a person speaks about people in air-conditioned offices, when she was just an official just a month ago, it tells you the type of official we used to have, because it means she's speaking about herself and the colleagues, because they were not, and that's why sometimes service delivery was compromised, because officials, they have not seen this administration at work, but they conclude that people are sitting in air-conditioned offices. It's because they were officials. They are the ones who have compromised service delivery, and deliberately so that they can stand here in opposition benches and want to cast aspersion to the government, whereas they were supposed to be public servants and service our people. So there's nothing that they are going to say here and that will change our mind. This is a type of public service that we had, and it means it's the type of public representative that we are going to have. Just grandstanding to please Ubaba. And in terms of NTI, we have articulated here that we are also not having sleepless night. The fact that NTI has not submitted its financial statement, it's a cause of concern. And we have explained here that we are taking it upon ourselves, working with the responsible department, COSATMA, to make sure that we will prepare the financial statements and table them, even if it's outside of the legislative framework. But we would make sure that those financial statements are delivered. But most importantly, we're together with the Premier support, we will get NTI out of the business rescue, and it will be out of business rescue, and our people and that institution will be restored to the people of Northwest. Now, we have explained here that many municipalities used to adopt unfunded budgets. Now, out of those many municipalities, it has reduced from 15 to 10 that adopt funded budget. In terms of the audit outcome, Honorable Sibego has just briefed you that in the past we used to have disclaimers in public entities, and we no longer have disclaimers. And in terms of what the AG has stated on our own findings and risk as a provincial treasury, it's our ability to support public entities and departments, including municipalities. And that's why we've reported to this August House now, if any of you were listening on Honorable Bukhatsu, that we have put internal audit committees and risk committees that have been accepted by accounting authorities and accounting officers in respective public entities. That will, so that we address the risk that has been identified. Amongst others is the ICT environment, which we have addressed with the Office of the Premier, amongst other issues that have been stated. So as the Provincial Treasury, we are committed to make sure that the department, it will serve fully its mandate, and it will support all relevant departments. And with the challenges that we have of fiscal constraint, we've outlined and articulated our plan of improving the financial position of this province, and make sure that we rally the private sector, we rally the public sector with and even private donors to make sure we fulfill our obligations to deliver on our people, and not do it alone. We will do it with the people collectively, so, and we'll appreciate all the comments that have been made that are constructive, because there are areas obviously we acknowledge where we are wrong, where we need to strengthen and make sure that we improve going forward. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable MP.
Thank you, Honorable MEC.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Honorable members,
according to our rule book,
Rule 245,
Rule 245, Section 1,
I'm now
going to use that role.
and call the roll call of the House. Honorable Babuile, Honorable Bukatu,
Ke teng speaker and ga ke ikamanye.
Honorable Butswe, Honorable Dabampe,
Ke teng speaker nna ke ikamanye.
Honorable Danji, Honorable Dial,
I'm present, Speaker.
thank you. Honorable Dikolomela, Honorable Groenewald,
Present, Chair. No speaker.
Honorable Koza,
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Kuno. Go to the mic, Honorable Kuno, for recording. Come down. No, I'm saying Honorable Kuno must come to the mic. Can you use that one? Yes, it's fine.
I'm present, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Lehari,
Present, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Lenkopani,
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Makhakhani, Honorable Makhakhani. Thank you. Honorable Maine,
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Makokoa,
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Mangope, Honorable Mangope. Okay, but he's connected. He's here on the platform. He will unmute. You can unmute Honorable Mangope and okay. He will unmute Honorable Mate,
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Mudise,
Ke teng motlotlegi.
Honorable Moema,
Present, Speaker, and you reject.
Honorable Mohono, I'm present. Honorable Mokosi,
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Mukua,
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Molapisi,
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Murweng,
Musa Kotla ke teng.
Honorable Musenuchi,
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Mutsumi, Honorable Khosho,
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Sambata,
Ke teng Mosakgotla.
Honorable Sibihwe,
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Sonakile,
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Sonti,
Nikhona, Speaker.
Honorable Steenkamp,
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Steele,
Ke teng, Speaker.
Honorable Tapi,
Ke mo ntlong ya gago Mosakgotla.
Honorable Tsulo,
Ke fano Mosakgotla.
Honorable Van Heijstian,
Ek is hierso, Speaker.
Honorable Wolhon,
Teenwoordig, dankie Speaker.
Honorable William, honorable members, I'm satisfied that we have the majority of members in the House to adopt the budget. May we now adopt the budget. I didn't leave anyone behind, Agir. Okay. I don't want to leave anybody behind. May we now adopt the budget. Provincial Treasury vote 7, program by program. Program 1, administration, 178,545,000 rand. Does the House agree? The years have it. Program 2, sustainable resource management, 36,569,000 rand.
Yes. Madia was
Secretary, you must also check for me that is even in the green book is correlating. Okay. Yes, the years have it. Program 3, Asset and Liabilities Management, 62,292,000 rand. Does the House agree?
Yes.
Does the House agree?
Yes. Redumalana Madia.
Program 4, Financial Governance, 196,402,000 rand. Does the House agree?
Agree. Yes.
Thank you. The years have it. Honorable members, the Provincial Treasury Budget Vote 7 totaling 573,808,000 rand is now adopted. Honorable MEC, go and spend the money. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, MEC. Honorable members, I will now call the MEC for Cooperative Government, Human Settlement and